Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, this is what I wanted to know too. This one guy, he me and him was talking. He said, man, you crazy, right? But he said you crazy in a good way, right? I said, let me ask you something. He asked me a question, and I told him he wanted to know about the Bible and Farrakhan and all that stuff. They invited me to hear Farrakhan speak and stuff at the school and some college. I don't know, but I said no, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I turned him down nicely, and I had asked the guy. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, how can a person go to school, get all these loans, grants, and after they achieve their education, a higher education, and end up in the prison system? And I asked the other guy this. He was a minister. He was a pastor of one of the churches. And I said, what is it that we can get an education and still end up in the prison system? What is it that we are lacking control over? I used to go on my Facebook and I said, having self-control. And I used to come across the scriptures all the time. And I asked the guy, I said, what is it? Why do we lack that? What is it that is in us as black people? Where that it's so much anger though, I understand that. But what is it why we can't have that? We know why white folks, some of the white folks and some prejudiced people don't have control. We already know that. But we trying to figure out, like, how come the black folks don't have that control? Even though some of them know about Jesus, some of them know about God, some of them know about these things, but we just don't have it. We don't have it in us to have self-control to do these things, right? So I'm trying to figure it. So I had asked him, and I was telling him, I said, when we, back in the day, back in the slavery days, they were scared that we would get an education and we would come up in the world and we would be smart. We was already smart because we built the cities. So we was already smart anyway. So I had one Chinese man tell me, he been a teacher for 20 years and people shouldn't be in school, in college. And I said, you know what? Did you know? I was telling him, he gave me a little riddle, and I solved the riddle, and he's like, wow, So I was just trying to tell him. I said, did you know that we taught y'all? Did you know that? Did you know that history? That we taught y'all? And he said, how so? And I said, because y'all was under one leader, and he didn't do good with the country, but we taught you, right? And the Americans. And he didn't really want to believe that. I was standing face to face with him. I was teaching him. And he said, I've been a teacher for 20 years. I said, and you taught in New Jersey? And you taught where you taught at? He said, in America. So I said, okay, where did you get your college degree from? See, majority of the people get their college degree from America, and then they go back into their country, and then they pick up their, where they left off at. And then our education system helped them, and they go back and help their education system and build their education system up. And that's how it works. And this one guy, he said, you Americans. And I was so hurt when he said that. Because of us, his village get to eat. Now, I don't know if he thought just because Barack Obama was the president that he can come over and insult us, the Kenya people, the Muslims, I don't know if he thought that. So I said, because in Georgia you see all nothing but Nigerians all over Georgia, Nigerians and Jamaicans. And I said, this one approached me, man. I said, man, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. For you be bull crapping. So this one guy, he's a Muslim. This one guy, and his son, all his sons, I think all his sons, he's a soldier, but all his sons is like, they believe in Muslim, you know. And this one guy, he believed in Muslim, and this one guy, he was crying and stuff. He's like, I want to believe in. I said, what's stopping you? That's what I asked him. I said, what's stopping you? Because he said, I was taught Jesus Christ. I said, once you've been taught something, you know God still wait on you. That's what I told him. I said, you know God, I said, just like Moses, I said, you know the story of Moses? You know the story of Moses? Moses was raised in Egyptian Tyre. He's 7 years old, raised in an Egyptian family. But when he found out who he was, he went to go with his people. I said, I wrote a poem called Take Your Place. And your place, if your place is not Islam, you need to take your place in Christianity. That's what I told him. You know. And I wasn't afraid to tell him that. And he was crying. And I said, that's why you drinking? Because you really not happy? And he said, yeah. And so he started talking. And he said, because we have a lot of pressure on who we should believe and who we should serve and stuff like that. It's a lot of pressure. But I told him, I guess he feels though that if he serve Christianity, he'll suffer. But if he serve Islam, he'll raise up and be well. And I said, well, it looks to me either or ain't doing you no good. You kind of need rehab, really. Because if you shoot needles in your arm, you need rehab. Islam ain't helping you and Christianity ain't helping you. You know what I'm saying? The only one that's helping you is the devil shooting that, you know, convincing you to shoot a needle in your arm. You're getting high every day. You know what I'm saying? You're drinking, you're getting high, you're smoking weed, you're stealing, you're doing all this stuff. So the only one that's helping you right now is the devil. And you need a rehab where that someone can take you in and help you. And then, you know what I'm saying? And feed you the word. Because that's what you're lacking. You know what I'm saying? But without that word, you're going to keep on shooting that needle in your arm until you die. You know, I say you're killing yourself slowly but surely. I said, so you can't, Islam ain't helping you, Christianity ain't helping you. Only one that's helping you is that devil. And he ain't on nobody's side. You know what I'm saying? I did tell him that, you know. So I said, he ain't on nobody's side. You know, he ain't on Islam's side, he ain't on Buddha's side, and he ain't on Christianity's side. He just for himself. How he can cut the middleman out, that's what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If he can get you to do what he wants you to do, you know, he ain't gotta worry about it. Because he know, ain't nobody gonna approach him. You know, but see, Jesus approached him. You know what I'm saying? Jesus talked to the devil, you know. So he told the devil, he cast him out, and the devil left. So every time the devil got cast out, he got mad at Jesus. You know, so yeah. So I had a lot of talk with a lot of people that, you know, and I asked him, I said, do you go to the mosque? And he said, I said, what is a mosque for number one? I ain't never been in a mosque. It's a lot of them in New Jersey. So I ain't never been in a mosque though. But I know it was one of the things that, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites and the Muslims together, they kingdoms together had built, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites and the Muslims, Israel people. Well, they wasn't really Israel people because I don't know what God called them. Because he said they was his people, but they wasn't, after that, they wouldn't call his people anymore. So God, you know, gave them Christianity. So, you know, so I'm not crazy. I'm just saying, I'm telling the truth. You know, you just read the words, man. So, but they joined together, and this was in the olden days though. But I never went into a mosque. And when you go to Georgia, the Georgia Dome, and the whole city hall is built like a mosque, you know. And I was scared to go in there. I said, "Oh God, this is a Republic. Is this Republican, or this is a Republican state, or is this a Democratic state?" So I told what's name. I said, "Man, I don't want to spend. I don't. But they was they was all over the place though. I was like, oh my God. But I met some Buddhist people that they was real nice. A family, a Buddhist family. They was real nice. It don't matter what you are. It just, what I'm saying? It's just your kindness. You know what I'm saying? God said treat everybody kind. You know what I'm saying? Not just because of their religion and stuff. But I just don't believe in marry into different religion. I don't believe in that. Because what I was shown was you can't serve two masters. If the scriptures say you can't serve two masters, why marry a man that is not going to give up his religion belief? Or a woman, why marry a woman or a man that's not going to give up his religion belief to come into Christianity? So if you're a Christian anyway, so I just kind of figure it wouldn't be good. But they, like I said, I don't have anything against Muslims and Buddhists and people like that. They nice people. Some of the actors and everybody, they believe in different things. But I'm just saying, why, guys, you got to read what the words say. If I believe in every word that proceeds out of God's mouth, I have to believe in that. I have to believe in the black words. You know what I'm saying? The words of God is written in black. The word of Jesus is written in red. So, so I just, he said, we know God. You know what I'm saying? We say God. I said, well, I say Jesus. Jesus is God. I said, but look, I'm educating a man again. If you're supposed to know God, then you know that you got to go through Jesus to even get to God. You have no connections to God unless you know his son. If you don't reverence his son, how can you reverence God? God can't do anything without Jesus knowing you. For the Bible tells you about a priest who never reverenced God in the first place, and he thought that he can get into heaven, and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He was seated into hell. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. It's true biblical based teaching. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to insult anybody. It's just to save people. You know what I'm saying? It's really to save he said, help my unbelief. You know what I'm saying? When people pray, they say, help my unbelief, Lord. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically how everybody do. But a lot of people want to force their religion on you and stuff. But God said treat each other with kindness. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not forcing minds on you and you don't want to hear it, that's cool with me. But don't sit up there and set me up like I'm beating you up with the Bible, and you got you sitting over here tapping into everybody's phone line and every speaker of Homeland Security. You're using Homeland Security to tap in the speakers and say, oh, she's talking about Jesus in my ear again. You know what I'm saying? Well, and I'm not on the phone with nobody. So as I'm speaking, this video proved that I'm not on the phone with nobody. So you can't be talking about, oh, she video called me. No, I didn't. How did you get my video call if I don't have your number? And I don't have you down as invite a video call. I know technology, baby. I know technology. God hear everything you say. Every wrong thing you do and say, he gonna let me know. And when you come against, that's when we gonna know. Truth gonna fall out. Yes, it is. You tell a lie, I'm gonna tell the truth. That's what it is. That's how it works. Okay, y'all. See y'all later.